Hey guys, you know that Wii U game I've been telling you guys to pick up? It's coming out in about 2 weeks. Sit tight. In the meantime, why don't you just pick up yourself a copy of Hyrule Warriors? Come out and play!
Hyrule Warriors is a super hybrid of both Dynasty Warriors and The Legend of Zelda, taking the best aspects of both franchises and blending them together into something that's awesome and just damn fun to play. It is arguably the best Warriors game out there. Better than Samurai Warriors 2, in my opinion the best Warriors game to ever come out.
Hell, it's the best Zelda game ever made. And if not, its only competition is Wind Waker and its only competition is Wind Waker.
The best thing about Hyrule Warriors is that it's a non-canon spin-off, meaning it doesn't have to worry about continuity, or at least it doesn't have to worry about it retroactively anymore. The story itself is as old as, well, Zelda. The forces of evil, who may or may not be working for Ganondorf, kidnap Princess Zelda so they can fulfill an evil prophecy, or take over Hyrule. It's not really clear which one is the ultimate. However, the interesting thing is Link isn't the one that's getting the call to action. Impa, Sheik, Lana, Daruga, Ruto, all of Link's allies are suiting up to help save Princess Zelda and restore a balance to Hyrule, and defeat the forces of darkness. And you can play as anyone, and by anyone, I mean you can also play as the villains. The story itself is actually pretty well told. It actually comes with full voice narration, which is a thing that the Dynasty Warriors franchise does. And it really does complement the style of storytelling for the Legend of Zelda series. There's a certain amount of epicness that you don't really see much in the Zelda franchise, something the Warriors franchise excel at exponentially. In the Warriors franchise, there's always high stakes, and with high stakes come epic battles.
For those of you who haven't played a single Warriors game and want to pick this up just out of curiosity, let me tell you that all Warriors games are exactly like this. Straight up action.
Now, I'm not going to spoil the plot for you, but considering that it's Zelda, you probably already figured out what it is, or at least you figured out from me talking about it what it is. And it is one of the better Zelda stories. You know, it's not perpetually spitting in your face with every effort you do like in Skyward Sword, and it's not putting unbelievably tough roadblocks in your way like in a lot of Legend of Zelda games. As far as the plot's concerned, the story is already told, you're just playing your part, no matter what character you pick. The gameplay is not only as solid as a Warriors game can get, it's actually improved! Years after producing shameless sequel after shameless sequel, Koei has finally something to innovate on top of. The combos, the execution, the sound effects, the pacing, the speed! Oh yes, this is the perfect speed for any Warriors game. Oh yeah, there is one niggling problem that I have with. Z-targeting is still awkward as hell, but wait a minute. Z-targeting? The good Warriors games don't even have targeting systems. This is something new that I hope they carry over to future installments. Also, each character feels and plays like their own character, another thing the Warriors franchise is lacking of. You see, they have a problem of making each character feel very samey when executing a combo, with small variation on a small minority. In Hyrule Warriors, every character feels like that specific character. No one feels exactly the same. Everyone has their own unique play style. And each character is going to do something that you're probably not going to feel comfortable of doing, but you need to use it to your advantage. Like, Impa has a bit of wind-up when it comes to her attacks. Sheik leaps around the map. Ganon has a lot more stationary moves. Link is quick and swift, but he has limited range. All that good stuff and more. Also, some of the monsters in this game are total bullshit. At the end of some levels, you will meet a giant monster boss. Its main objective is to make a slow trot to your base. However, some of the monsters have direct access to your base, like they can teleport to it or they can directly attack it. And you have a time limit, because even while you're fighting it, it's still attacking the base. Fighting the monsters that attack it from the far puts you on a very strict and uncertain time limit, while fighting monsters that teleport in the base are really hard to do, because they use attacks that hit everybody around it, including the base commanders. And for some of these bosses, you have to wait for their weak point to open up. And considering these bosses, it's a long wait. These bosses are borderline unbeatable. But they checkpoint you right before the boss, so I can deal.
Now, you remember in my Dynasty Warriors 8 review that I was complaining a lot about the interface and how a lot of these choices for inventory seemed kind of pointless in the grand scheme of things. Well, Hyrule Warriors put all my worries to rest.
The micromanaging aspect of Hyrule Warriors is actually pretty interesting. You see, throughout various parts of the game, enemies will drop items or you'll find items along the way. You can use those items to craft potions or upgrade your weapons or your skills and improve attributes of your characters. There's also a leveling system in this game that I was against at first, but as I played on, it started to grow on me. You see, you can pay money to upgrade your character, which I thought made the leveling system kind of pointless, until I played on and found out that levels actually do get progressively harder. Just like a fucking video game. Who would have thought? However, my one complaint with that is that it doesn't try to discourage you from using it by making the first few levels very non-costly to do. But, you know, as you go on, it'll actually get more expensive to do that.
A for effort!
There's also a lot of extra content in here if you want more with your buck. Especially if you like the original Legend of Zelda, which you do.
You do.
Hyrule Warriors gets an 11 out of 10 for sheer awesomeness of its concept alone. A Legend of Zelda game that's pure action focused, and it has the goal to give us a good story narrative too, with all our favorite Zelda characters, and Zant and Fi. It's the best Warriors game of all time. Trust me, I've played most of them. And you know what? Fuck it. Best Zelda game of all time. I don't care if I'm accurate on that. That's how I feel.
Unless that new open world Zelda game comes out and starts breaking new grounds. And then I have to start eating all types of shit. Until then, you've heard it from me, pick up Hyrule Warriors. It's worth absolutely every penny. It has great action, great story, non-offensive inventory. It's great for both Zelda and Warriors fans, and good puzzles. Good little mini puzzles. Until then, meet me for when I review Orochi Warriors.